It's Friday, and as a result, I'm willing to overlook some of the more bizarre things that happened tonight. Alex's interview segment, where he went for gospel as his first choice for Monique's singing style. Sandy getting the $1,600 clue at the end there and breaking the tie. It would have been really interesting to see what those two did, and being a Red Sox fan, no one knowing Big Papi. Okay. We got Sandy in the lead, 13,400. Rebecca with 11,800. Monique making a nice charge at the end with 6,700. We'll start with first and second, as always. Rebecca doubles up. She's going to have 23,600. So to cover that, Sandy will need to wager 10,200. She gets it wrong with that wager. She'll be left with 3,200. So to stay above her, Rebecca can wager 8,600, and Monique can wager 3,500. Now we look at second and third, Rebecca and Monique. Monique doubles up. She's going to have 13,400. So to cover that, Rebecca will need to wager 1,600. If Rebecca gets it wrong with that wager, she will be left with 10,200. So to get to that point, Monique will need to wager 3,500. Ooh, you'll notice she already has to wager at most 3,500, so she's kind of locked into that wager. I'm going to make her a nice little exclamation mark. So this is a more obscure wager to tie situation. I don't teach it because I don't think it is that important. It's first has twice as much as third, and second place is closer to first than to third. Don't worry about it. The reason it's a wager to tie situation is because Rebecca, to cover a zero wager by Sandy, will need to wager the difference between them, 1,600. She doesn't want to fall below more than 1,600 because Monique should wager 3,500 exactly. So Rebecca has a very strong argument for wagering 1,600. She doesn't have to, of course. She could wager, if she's just looking at Sandy, she could wager at least enough to cover an unsafe wager, a cold BS wager by her, which would mean 3,200. And she'd also want to cap her wager so as not to fall below Monique's pre-final score. That's a difference of 5,100. Now, look at Rebecca and Monique. If Rebecca's going to wager this 1,600 as she's supposed to, she'd have 13,400, which is exactly twice Monique's score. So Monique could wager 6,700 and no less. And then if Sandy looks at Rebecca and says, hey, I think Rebecca's going to wager 1,600 because she has this incentive to do so, she could wager 0. In that case, if Sandy wagers 0, Rebecca wagers 1,600, Monique wagers 6,700, these two get it right, doesn't really matter about Sandy because she's wagering 0. It'd be a three-way tie at 13,400 would be very interesting. Highly doubt that's going to happen, but you never know. Another thing, because Monique might wager this 3,500 number, she'll be left with 3,200. And remember that Sandy can wager no more than 10,200. So no adding on 100 this time, Sandy. Funny, we go 3 months without having a wager to tie situation, and then we get this. Oh yeah, one last thing. Because Sandy's forced to wager 10,200 if she wants to cover, Rebecca, if she thinks Sandy will be rational here, and she saw Sandy yesterday, so she knows she likes to tack on the extra 100, Rebecca could wager everything. Again, not a dollar more. Well, can't do dollar more, dollar less. Okay, I think I'm done here. I am interested to see what happens, and I'm going to go take a look now. Back in a second. Monique in third, got it wrong, and wagered everything. Not a dollar less. Good wager. We move over to Rebecca, who got it right, and went for everything as well. Another good wager. Then over to Sandy. She got it right. Please wager for the tie. Nope. 10,300. So, no tie this week. 2 wager to tie opportunities in a row missed. but it's still Friday. And I'm willing to give Rebecca and Monique the benefit of the doubt. They knew what they were doing there. Great job, ladies. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you Monday on the Final Wager.